Whether you've already got yourself a Nitro Deck or you're considering picking one up, this video will cover everything you need to know about how the Nitro Deck works and how to get the most out of it. As you may already know, the Nitro Deck is compatible with both the original Switch and the OLED model. You just slide the model you have into the deck and it'll lock into place securely. When you want to remove the Switch, you just push the slider on the back of the Nitro Deck up. This will release the locking mechanism, and while you're holding it in the up position, it will allow you to slide the Switch out of the deck. The backsplash is designed to be scratch resistant, and we added PTFE rails for a smoother slide. But still, it's best to be gentle when sliding the Switch in and out of the Nitro Deck. We chose to have the Nitro Deck connect via USB-C because it eliminates the need to worry about wireless interference. This allows for a consistent, low latency gaming experience. To get the Switch to recognize the Nitro Deck as a controller, you first need to turn on Pro Controller wired communications. To do this, go into the homepage of your Switch, click on System Settings, scroll down to the Controllers and Sensors section, and turn on Pro Controller wired communication. Once you do that, you should be able to use your Nitro Deck in both handheld and wired mode. Your Nitro Deck is going to come standard in handheld mode, but if you want to use your deck as an extra controller while your Switch is docked, then you need to switch it into wired mode. This not only allows you to use your Nitro Deck with your Switch dock, but it's also compatible for use as a controller on PC as well. To switch into wired mode, just plug in a USB-C cable to the output port on your Nitro Deck, and connect the other end to a USB port on your Switch dock or your PC. Once you see the cracked LED light up in white, all you have to do is press in the left and right thumbsticks and hold them down for 3 seconds. The cracked LED will turn orange, indicating that your Nitro Deck is now in wired mode. Now you officially have an extra controller. If you want to swap back into handheld mode again, you just do the same thing as you did to get into wired mode. Just hold down the left and right thumbsticks for 3 seconds, and this time the cracked LED will turn white and you'll know that you're back in handheld mode. You can now remove the USB-C from the output port. Let's move over to the input port. This port is going to allow you to charge your Switch while it's in the Nitro Deck. This can be done during a play session or while your Switch is idle. All you have to do is plug USB-C into the input port on your Nitro Deck and connect the other end to a power source. Personally, I like to keep a USB-C near where I display my Nitro Deck, so that way I can just pop out the display stand, plug into power, and be fully charged next time I want to game. The Hall effect sensors and the Nitro Deck's triggers and thumbsticks are a popular feature. Not only because they extend the lifespan of both of these inputs, but they also prevent stick drift in the thumbsticks, which I'm sure nearly everyone watching this video has had the displeasure of experiencing. But that's not the only highlight that the thumbsticks have. On top of that, the thumbstick toppers are replaceable. Not only does this let you customize the look and feel of the thumbstick, but since thumbstick toppers tend to wear out over time, this allows you to replace worn out toppers for a fresh pair, which is going to help keep your Nitro Deck both looking and feeling brand new. We've implemented our own design that makes replacing toppers simple. Just grip the topper, gently twist and pull up on it, and it will pop right off. Grab your preferred replacement topper and push it down onto the stem, and it will slide into place securely. Yep. That's it, it's really that simple. On another note, our thumbstick toppers won't only be compatible with the Nitro Deck, but also compatible with our second product as well. We are planning on adding thumbstick topper packs to our site, so keep an eye out for those in the accessories section on crack.gg. Alright, let's flip it around and take a look at the back of the Nitro Deck. Sitting amongst the ergonomic build of the device is 4 programmable back buttons. These aren't as simple as replacing the thumbstick toppers, but once you understand a few key things, you'll get the hang of them pretty quickly. Out of the box, the back buttons have standard programming. S1 is bound to ZR, S2 is bound to R, S3 is bound to ZL, and S4 is bound to L. If the standard programming isn't what you want, you can always switch it up. You can remap the back buttons to inputs like the face buttons, the D-pad, bumpers, triggers, L3 and R3, and even directional inputs on your joysticks. All that stuff is pretty simple, right? But where it gets a little bit more complicated is that you can also program a series of inputs to a single back button. So if you wanted to, you could program a single back button to press A, B, and X, and when you press that button, it will perform all 3 of those inputs. The way that it performs those inputs depends on the order that you program them. So if you press A, B, then X, it'll perform them in that order. But if you press X, B, then A, it'll input that sequence instead. Okay, so how do you actually program a back button? First off, find the program button on the back of the Nitro Deck and hold it down. Once you see the cracked LED flashing purple, you'll have 10 seconds to press the inputs you want programmed, and once you're done hitting the inputs you want, then press the back button you want them bound to. The LED will turn white, letting you know that it's successfully programmed. If at some point you want to reset your back buttons to their standard programming, there's two ways. There's also a way to remove bindings completely, so when you press a back button, it does nothing. Let's first talk about resetting to standard programming. If you want to reset a single back button, hold the program button down until the cracked LED flashes purple, and then just press the back button you want to reset. The second option resets all the back buttons to their standard programming at once. To do this, just hold down the program button for 5 seconds, the cracked LED will flash purple, and then turn solid purple, and the cracked LED will turn white, letting you know that all of your back buttons have been reset. If you're someone who prefers to not use your back buttons, you can clear the programming completely, which is going to make all the back buttons do nothing. To do this, just simply hold the program button down for 7 seconds, and the cracked LED will flash purple, then stay solid purple, then turn white, and the Nitro Deck will vibrate, letting you know that all the back buttons have been cleared of any programming. Okay, I think we've basically covered everything you need to know about programming the back buttons. Let's swap gears to another feature. After announcing the Nitro Deck, this feature was highly requested, so we added it in. This is Turbo Mode. Turbo Mode is going to allow you to turn a button of your choosing into a turbo button that will spam quickly while you hold it down. To put your Nitro Deck into Turbo Mode, all you need to do is hold the ZL and minus button until the cracked LED flashes green. The LED will flash at the rate that your turbo is set to, so in other words, the faster your LED is flashing, the quicker your turbo button will spam the button you choose. You can adjust this speed by pressing the plus button to increase the speed, or if you hit the minus button, it'll decrease the speed. The Nitro Deck will vibrate to let you know when you're at the fastest or slowest setting. Once you find a speed that works for you, just hit the button that you want to apply turbo to, and it will add it to that button. The cracked LED should stay a solid green, letting you know that you're in turbo mode, and when you hold the button you applied turbo to, the LED will flash at the speed that you chose. When you don't want to be in turbo mode anymore, just hold ZL and minus again, and the cracked LED will flash green, and then turn white to indicate that you're back into normal mode. While we're on the topic of the cracked LED, you actually have control over that as well. If you just simply press the program button on the back of your Nitro Deck, it'll change the brightness of the cracked LED. There's 3 different levels of brightness, and you could also turn the LED off completely if you prefer it that way. If you want to learn more about your Nitro Deck, like its rarity ranking and the number out of the batch you got, check out the Cracked app. It's available for both iOS and Android, and we're going to go in depth onto how it works in this video on your screen. From everyone on the Cracked team, we hope you enjoy your Nitro Deck and want to welcome you to the Cracked family. Thanks for watching.